Hi, I'm Tiffany Sankofa from Sankofa Counseling and Sankofa Unbox Coaching, and I'm here to wish you a very happy Quitters Day. Today is National Quitters Day. According to a 2018 study conducted by Strava, a national network of athletes, 80% of people who make New Year's resolutions abandon them by the second Friday in January. You can find a link to that down below. And here we are. Congratulations! You made it to Quitters Day! To be clear, I'm congratulating those of you who either A, didn't make New Year's resolutions, or B, abandoned them by today. Well done. No, I'm not being sarcastic. I would like to see every one of us achieve our goals. I'm applauding you because you successfully learned that New Year's resolutions are not effective for change. You didn't fail. The concept failed you. A whole lot of people are currently flooding the public space with what they think the answer to achieving lifestyle change is, including the article I just mentioned. Some will tell you that the answer is SMART goals. Some will tell you that the answer is the buddy system. Some people will tell you the missing element is spirituality. Everybody's got an answer. Most of them are trying to make money off of your temporary success and long-term failure. We'll talk about failure in a minute. I've been helping people make changes for more than a quarter of a century, and I've personally been invested in changing and growing as a person for more than half a century. So from this vantage point, it seems to me that all of those change plan proponents are right, and they're all wrong, all at the same time. I did a video series and a PDF last year called Making Sense Out of Change. You can find the links to those below. The program maps out the 7 steps that are necessary to create sustainable changes in our lives. I worked with a number of clients through each of the steps on their way to a change they were really excited about. More often, however, we started down that path with people and found them quickly putting it aside from things that felt more pressing. So one thing I learned after sharing these steps with so many people is that we human folk can be seriously impatient people. We want our changes to be easy, and we want them to happen now. And more often than that, though, honestly, we get caught up in old, unhelpful, and often shaming self-talk that totally derails us from the changes we genuinely want to make. Let me read you an excerpt from the introduction to the it's free, Making Sense Out of Change PDF. Okay, quote, "Our goals are most often unraveled by our assumptions. We assume we can manage on our own, recognize when our thinking starts to drift, and pull ourselves out of a tailspin all within the confines of our own heads. No, reader, no, we cannot. We assume that we have only one brain, and that our conscious intentions are the whole truth of what we want and don't want. No, it's not. We assume that there aren't stages of change with different needs at every stage. Yes, there really are. We assume that our ultimate goal is the place to start. No, it's really not. We assume that failure is a real thing, and we let it throw us off of our positive path. Failure is an insidious myth. In my training in Ericksonian hypnotherapy, my trainer Ron Klein said, there's no such thing as failure. There are only outcomes. There's the outcome you anticipated and the outcome you didn't anticipate that taught you something. We literally cannot fail if we use the information to learn forward, which is why that's one of the 7 steps. These assumptions I just mentioned, they push us to skip steps. When we skip steps, we miss out on building a deeper understanding of ourselves and how we really think. Pro tip, it's not how we think. Making lasting change is incredibly satisfying, but one of the things that makes it so satisfying is the trust we can build with ourselves. We have a chance to heal from the unhelpful stories we've told ourselves when we methodically work through all of the messages that we're getting about the particular thing we're trying to change. That kind of change goes way beyond our eating habits or exercise plans or financial disciplines or whatever else we may have set out to change. Don't skip steps. Don't miss anything. Besides, when we skip steps, we just end up starting over and over and over again. It's maddening. Let's do it different this time. In the next month or so, I'm going to create a companion workbook to making sense out of change. I'm hoping that putting the important self questions out there in pixels on worksheets that people can use again and again and again might make it easier to get where we want to go with the Making Sense Out of Change program. So look for that coming up in the future. And if that isn't enough support, I'm also available for personal coaching through the steps. I want you to get to your goals. But even more than that, I want you to get there in a way that honors all of who you are, your relationship with yourself, and your overall well-being, as well as whatever behavioral changes you want to make in your life. Let's make some sense out of change together. Happy Quitters Day!